Hey everyone. Now I've talked to you about different kind of damaging abilities, the many that there are in the game, and I've told you about how to heal yourself when you are damaged. But what about how to prevent yourself from being damaged in the first place? In this episode I'll be going over all the defensive abilities that either help you avoid getting damaged or how to help you once you are attacked. And there's a lot of abilities I'm going through in this one, so you might want to watch the whole thing because there's a lot of abilities that you definitely didn't know existed in the game. Let's go ahead and get to it. The first one I'm starting with is called, sorry if I say this wrong because I can never get these things right, autotomy, I don't know. But it's used by the the little raptor looking creature with a big fluffy tail. But what it does is when you push Q, you drop your tail off. It increases your speed, but also lowers your health and your weight as kind of a, con to it, but it's not really that big of a deal because you usually get fast enough that you can try to outrun things anyway. Another part of this ability is you can eat your tail if you want to, if you're getting hungry. So you can always plop your tail off and eat it if you get hungry. But if you want to grow your tail back, you have to make sure you have plenty of food in you because it will use up 70% of your hunger to grow the tail back. The next ability is Dazzling Flash. What Dazzling Flash does is it causes creatures in the area to get like tunnel vision and also speeds up the creature using the ability. So it's a good way to kind of limit the attacker's capabilities while increasing yours at the same time. It's used by the Yiper, sorry if I said that wrong, and it's used by the Hikoshi. Both use it. It can be used in different ways. You can use it for mostly defense, is a really great thing for, but also could be used for attacking if you want to hunt down the creature and kill it with the Hikoshi since it is a carnivore. The next ability is Escape Area, and as Escape Area kind of tells you, it's great for using to escape the area. What it does is actually paralyze the target for a brief second or so, and then keeps the creature slow for the next 4 seconds, as well as doing a little bit of damage to health. So I guess it could be used aggressively, but it's definitely great for trying to get away and maybe scare off the creature chasing you. Now this one is used by the Eris. Sorry if I say that wrong. I'm not going to see it in person, the ability I mean, because sadly I don't have that creature yet. I don't want to spend the shrooms to get it right now, and I don't know any other way of getting it right now at this moment, so I cannot show footage for it, but I'm sure you've seen it flying around. The next ability is Fluff Pile. And what Fluff Pile does is, just like the name tells you, you drop a pile of fluff on the ground, looks like a white puddle. Kind of like when you drop the mud on the ground with Mud Placer ability. And any creature that walks through it will be slowed down, so it's great for using to drop on the ground to get away. You could also use it aggressively to hunt down prey since the Rukig is a carnivore and he's the one that has that ability. But it's great for dropping down and getting the heck out of there before something chases you down. The next one is one of my personal favorites. It's Snow Shield, and what it does, it puts like a giant ball of snow around you, like a giant snow globe around you, and this shield cannot be penetrated by any attacks, not breath attacks or bite attacks. It however can let the radioactive abilities through of the radioactive lamp, and the radioactive ability of the Akimador can radiate through there, so you still can get poisoned by that. But it stays up, doesn't have any kind of hit points to it or anything. It stays up until either the person who used it deactivates it by pushing the Q button again, or if a person logs out of the game, or dies, I guess, somehow. And one of the cons to it is that it does make you get hungry and thirsty a little faster, so you cannot stay in there for very long. You can stay in there for a decent amount of time, just not a very long time. The next ability is used by the Yura, and it's called Watergale, and what it does is it slows creatures in the area and gives them tunnel vision, as well as decreasing they're making 50% chance of actually getting any of the effects like poison or bleed or any kind of negative effects from creatures' abilities. So it's great for the Yura to pop that on a creature trying to attack it and get away, while reducing the effect or the chance of it actually getting any kind of effects on it. The next ability is Area Sleep. It's one used a lot by the Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you say it, as well as the Istrothi. And what it does is when you activate it with pushing Q, a puff of smoke will kind of come out from around you, and any creature in the area will be put to sleep for 5 seconds. And then after they get up, they'll be slowed for a few more seconds after that. So great for if someone's attacking you, popping that smoke and getting the heck out of there while completely avoiding taking damage because they're asleep. It can also be used, however, especially since the Ghibli or Ghibli is a carnivore, it can be used to also finish off prey who's trying to get away. But a great thing to use to stop from being hurt in the first place. I'm going to take a break right here to ask you guys, if you enjoy this video, please hit the subscription button down below, give me a thumbs up, and hit the little bell doohickey so you know when I post more videos. It helps me out a lot, and definitely helps me out in the YouTube world out here, and I really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get back to the abilities. So now we talked about how to avoid taking damage. Let's talk about what to do, or abilities that help you out when you are already being attacked. The first one being Burn Touch. And what Burn Touch does is when you are attacked, it will cause the burn effect on whatever creature's attacking you. And if you don't know what the burn effect does, go back and look at my breath attack video. When I talk about fire breath, it'll tell you about the different stages of burn, and it'll tell you like how each one affects it. But for a quick summary of it, it does a lot of damage over time. The next ability is Defensive Paralysis, used by the Yamato. And what it does is when a creature attacks you and you have this ability, there's a 75% chance you'll paralyze that creature. Now the paralyzing doesn't stop them from doing everything. They can still attack, but they cannot move. So obviously you can get away without worrying about being chased. But it only lasts a few seconds, so you got to make sure you get out of there. Next up is the ability Guilt, used by everyone's favorite Minnowi. That's what I call it, Minnowi, the bean, little bean. When someone attacks the creature that has this ability, the attacking creature has a debuff called Guilt on them that makes their attacks do 50% less damage for an extended period of time. So it's great for if they are attacking to be able to get away without possibly taking enough damage to actually kill you. The next ability is Reflect Attack. And what that does is when they are attacked, it reflects back some of the damage done by basic biting attacks. It will not, however, reflect back breath attacks or effects like bleed, poison, and stuff like that. The next ability is Sticky Fur. It's used also by the Rukig, same one who used the Fluff Pile. And what it does is when the creature is attacked, it will reduce the attacking creature's attack speed by about 25%, making it harder for them to get so many hits in so you can get away. That, along with the Fluff Pile, will help them get away very easily and move on to other things and find their own food. The next ability I'm going to talk about, I couldn't really figure out if I should put it in the avoiding damage category or in the what to do when you're already being in damage category, but I think it fits more into the second category. That's why I have it here dead last. It's the Hardened ability, and what it does is it can be activated by pushing the Q button on keyboard if you're using keyboard, and it increases the creature's bleed defense by 15%, increases their weight by 25%, but decreases their speed by 20% and lasts for 60 seconds. I guess I figured it would be better in this category because you can't really get away, especially with the speed's decreased, but it does help you avoid some kind of damages. Overall, best obviously if you're being attacked, helps to kind of reduce the effects of things. If you like this video, please give me a subscribe down below, and while you're down there, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell doohickey so you know when I post more videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have a couple more videos to go before I'm done with all the abilities. I just really hope you enjoy this and let anyone else know who plays the game to come watch my videos. I'm glad I could help.